salutation, and just a little bit more creativity involved in the moon salute. There's a lot more space for you to really do what you do, don't do what you don't do here. I'll give you a pretty standard look at Chandra, Namaskara, and you can fill in the blanks and change things up however you see fit. So you start with a nice big stretch, once again, all the way through your body on your inhale, and exhale, fold slowly down over your legs. You'll lengthen halfway just to draw the navel in, and at this point, you can lift a little bit off of your heels if you'd like, because the next thing that happens is that we crouch and curl. So we're gonna get nice and low to the ground, draw your forehead to your knees, push your belly into your thighs, and take a few breaths, rounding through the spine. Next inhale, lift your gaze. As you look out, we'll prepare to step the left foot, which is the only foot we're ever gonna move, back into a lunge. High or low, here's your first place to get creative. If you want to keep this down on the ground, just keep it nice and low to the ground here. Again, pull the low belly muscles in, engage your bandhas, add in any variation with your arms, your upper body. You've got a few moments to just feel that out. Always welcome to keep your hands down and stretch forward slightly deeper, opening up these left hip flexors. Once you've felt through this lunge, a few moments, a few different variations perhaps, then you'll take it back to downward facing dog. Hips go high, stretch back, get a full cycle of breath here. In and out, and slowly lower to your knees. And at the bottom of that exhale, you've got a couple of options. Option one, I'll turn to the side here so you can see this, would be to sit back on your heels and put your hands just slightly behind you. Taking half camel pose. This is the sort of lower version of the back bend, and you're going to feel this one much more across your heart center. So as you push your hips up, stretch is going to go from your collarbones all the way down through your quads to your kneecaps, and then you'll release. Otherwise, when your knees hit the ground, you can come all the way up for the full version of Ustrasana. Either the hands right here as if they're in the back pockets of your Levi's, or hands wrapped around to support the hips from the outside. And then it can just be a little back bend. Of course, you're welcome to go further back. Once you get a little bit warmed up, you can start reaching for your heels. For now, let's pretend that we just made it through whichever back bend we preferred, and then the release from either one is going to take you into child's pose. So you're going to stretch it out, find your way down to relax, and again, maybe just a full cycle of breath here. You're welcome to stay longer than that if you'd like. When you're ready to move, take a peek forward, and then you're going to slide, slither like a little snake all the way out onto your mat, because the next pose is cobra. So just like a cobra, pull the upper body up, keep the lower body down. On your exhalation, release, and now everything goes in reverse order. So we're back to child's pose for 1, maybe 2, 3, 4 breaths here. Then you reverse, rolling up to stand on your knees, or rocking back to put your hands just behind you and lift from there. Either one, half or full camel pose, and you don't have to pivot here. I'm just moving so that you can see the pose from the side. On your exhale, release, hands hit the mat. We tuck the toes and the hips go up. We're back in downward facing dog. Gaze forward. Left foot is your mover, so left foot gets to step up now. Same thing here. You're going to drop down, find a lunge that feels good. Fingertips can stay on the mat. Arms can reach up. You've got all kinds of different upper body options. Take those for a few breaths. When you're ready to release, meet back in your low lunge. Inhale to prepare, look forward. We're still going in reverse, so we're going to pull that back foot up and crouch and curl once again. You can press into flat palms here if you want a more dynamic stretch for your upper body. Otherwise, just stay on your fingertips. Hold for a breath or two. If you wanted to put some little balance work in here, you could always bring your hands up off the mat, work on strengthening the legs. If you really want to balance, you could put your hands down, move your knees to the backs of your arms, Bakasana or Kakasana, crane or crow. All of these are just options, nothing's a requirement. Do what feels good to you. Releases to a forward fold. And then on your next breath in, just sweep it all the way back up to the top. And hands to your heart. And there's the moon sound.